It can be hard to keep track of what sometimes seems like never-ending cozy gaming announcements and releases, so I had to put together my top picks for games coming out in 2025 that I'm most excited for, and also definitely picking up once they come out. By the way, hey, I'm Kat. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Thank you so much for joining. 2025 is supposed to be pretty eventful for cozy gamers who love cozy gaming on the Nintendo Switch like myself, because we're supposed to be hearing more news about the Switch 2 or whatever it'll be called pretty soon here. I mean, I would absolutely love if it came out like today, but in the meantime, if you want to keep up to date on Nintendo Switch news, unboxings, reviews, and even more cozy games to play on it, please feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. I would absolutely love to have you here. The very first cozy game I'm buying this year is actually coming right around the corner here on January 30th. It's Hello Kitty Island Adventure, and I'm so excited about this one. It was previously exclusive to Apple Arcade, but it was worth the wait, I'm sure. What a sweet way to kick off our year in cozy gaming, because it's supposed to be like an Animal Crossing meets Sanrio, and I've been a Sanrio fan since I was a little child. So what a delight. You go on this cozy quest with Hello Kitty and friends to restore an abandoned island to its former glory. There are 8 different regions to explore, like underwater or the clouds apparently. You can customize your character with hundreds of different outfits, which you guys probably know sounds like paradise for me already. I love customizing. There's also cooking, baking, DIY crafting, collecting different items and furniture, decorating your cabin, catching critters, and of course a garden to cultivate as well. Not that I've seen on the trailers yet, but there's also different seasons and events throughout the year, and I believe multiplayer support too. Thankfully, the wait isn't going to be too long for this one. The next game on the list is the only one that hasn't been announced for the Switch yet, but I am crossing fingers that once the Switch 2 is announced that it'll also be announced for it, but it'll be available on Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam once it releases on March 4th. 2 Point Museum is a brand new entry from the creators of 2 Point Hospital and 2 Point Campus. If you like building and managing in cozy games and you haven't tried the series, I urge you to please check this out. I love how cozy but also quirky and somewhat chaotic it can be. It doesn't really take itself too seriously with the series' signature humor. In this game, you are tasked with building, designing, and managing the museum of your dreams. You'll be in charge of curating the exhibits and making sure that the guests are happy. But as you may see in the trailer, it's just very lighthearted and lets you take the gameplay in any direction you want. There's also already been additional packs that's been announced, like the pre-order bonus Sonic pack, which gives you Sonic themed decor, interactive displays, outfits, gift shop items, and a supernatural pack that adds a ghostology exhibit filled with spooky themed add-ons. This reminds me of Luigi's Mansion a little bit, which is a favorite cozy game of mine, but the 2 Point series is always a delight, and I just know this latest entry will not disappoint. If you love cozy RPGs, then you are probably familiar with the Atelier games. The newest game, Atelier Yumia, The Alchemist of Memories, and The Envisioned Land. They just love their super long names that I always struggle memorizing. It's coming out on March 21st on all platforms, including the Switch. Yumia lives in this empire where alchemy is considered evil and taboo because of a mysterious event that happened centuries ago. But after tragically losing her mother, Yumia does find out that she's actually from a family of alchemists. So she begins to question her whole existence and the history of why alchemy is now forbidden. So this adventure is about uncovering her past and the lost pieces of alchemy her world has tried its very best to keep hidden. Like other atelier games, it's got a huge focus on the alchemy system, of course, usually involving crafting or fusing items you forage to help you in your journey, which is always so fun to learn, and I'm super eager to play this one. Another cozy RPG, but this time with a bigger emphasis on the cozy life simming farming is a brand new Rune Factory game, and I'm so excited for this one. As you guys may know, I've been playing Rune Factory since the very first one on the DS, so this series is very beloved for me. Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma is set to release on March 31st, and I so love the East Asian inspired design with the costumes, the setting, locations, and everything about it. But this wouldn't be a Rune Factory game without the protagonist having some sort of memory loss. So you will awaken from a dream showing you dueling dragons and a voice that gives you power that you must use to save the land. And so begins your journey to restore your memories, find the 6 gods of this realm, and restore the different villages after a calamity ended the 4 seasons. There will be other forces trying to stop you in your path, but it's up to you to find new allies and cultivate resources that will help you along the way. I'm most excited to explore the different locations that are supposed to be very inspired by traditional Japanese culture. There will also be Japanese-inspired festivals and other landscapes, and of course romance candidates, which we haven't been introduced to yet as of making this video. So I do hope we get more info soon. Sugardew Island, which only mentions a release window of March 2025. We don't have an exact release date just yet, but it is another cozy farming life sim minus the epic adventure. This game is more of just a traditional farming life sim, but it does promise a lot of new elements to it. So despite the many farming games that we have in the cozy gaming world, I'm always still on the lookout for a new one that maybe has something unique to it to help stand out from the rest. In Sugardew Island, you are tasked with running your very own farm shop, so of course there is farming, taking care of animals, gathering resources, trading, which you can then sell those items at your shop and negotiate with the forest folks. There will be also quests from what's called the Harmony Tree that will help you upgrade the island and fill it with life again. There are also adorable little pets you can choose from to accompany you, so really, what more is there to ask for? This next game is very high up on my 2025 wish list, and it has been for a while actually, because it is a long-awaited follow-up to one of my all-time favorite games, which was on the 3DS 12 years ago. It's of course Fantasy Life I, the girl who steals time, and we've been given a release window of April 2025, really hoping we get the date very soon because it has been delayed once already. This one is about starting a life on a deserted island, but there is a time traveling twist to it, which sounds very interesting. You actually have to go back in time to gather resources and bring them back to present day to rebuild everything. But my favorite part about Fantasy Life was the different jobs or lives that you can take on and specialize in. You can become anything you desire to suit your own adventure, from paladin, hunter, magician, cook, woodworker, tailor, artist, and more. Each life brings a new gameplay element and new quests. I think it makes the game very replayable if you want a different experience, playing different lives every time. Or you could also just choose to live every single life in one gameplay. You can even invite and play with up to 4 friends online within your world. There aren't much cozy games that come to mind when I think about wanting to play with friends online, so I'm super excited that we can finally do that again with Fantasy Life, because I remember it being really fun on the 3DS. And I'm so happy that more of you can experience this gem on the Switch soon, hopefully, if you haven't played it on the 3DS before. There are other games also coming out in 2025 that I'm looking forward to, but we don't have any release dates or release windows just yet. All we know is that they're supposed to come out in 2025, so once we do have the official release dates, I will definitely do another video on these. But just to quickly mention, there's Loftia, which is an Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley inspired cozy MMO. Flowtopia, which, oh my goodness, the art style on this is too cute and I can't wait to see more about it. But the trailer shows a post-apocalyptic moment which prompts people to live on these floating islands which you get to build as you'd like. And lastly, if you enjoy Genshin Impact or other Hoyoverse games, they're supposed to be coming out with a game called Petit Planet, and this one I actually don't know too much about, but I enjoy Genshin Impact or Zenless Zone Zero once in a while, so I'm definitely eager to see how they'll tackle a cozy game. Before we go, I want to hear from you. What game are you most looking forward to coming out in 2025 for the Switch or otherwise? Or even a game that hasn't even been announced yet that you're just really wanting to play. For me, I won't be holding my breath for her release this year, though it'll be a super nice surprise. I will settle with an announcement or a teaser for the next Animal Crossing game. If you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you. As always, be kind to yourselves. I hope this year brings you all the joy that you deserve, and I will see you next time.